This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gab-fed show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. You have the code over the machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know the good. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.com.
And do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome to Man Talk 133 with Charles and Darl, the movement dedicated to empowering men, uniting brothers, and building a strong coalition. This is more than just a conversation. It's a call to action. Join us as we uplift, support, and inspire men worldwide. Because together, we don't just talk, we lead, we grow, and we conquer. Are you ready to be part of the coalition? Let's dive in.
Welcome to Man Talk 133. What's happening, bro?
Hey, what's going on, bro? How you feeling today, man?
Man, ain't nothing to it, man. We back at it again. Welcome everybody
Yes,
for
sir.
tuning
Yes,
in,
sir.
man. Hey, listen, man. You know we're gonna go ahead and get right into it, man.
All right, what we got?
There's a lot of people losing jobs at a high rate.
Mhm.
So tonight we're going to give some categories that people need help. I did a little research,
Right.
got some categories that, I think can help people out if they're looking to start a new field, career
Right.
field. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So the first one, man, we're going to hop into is what I do, Class A
Okay.
CDL.
Okay.
Right. So
That's
the average salary of a CDL driver is $66K per year,
Mhm.
for that to have a seat, for CDL drivers. Some
Right.
of the responsibilities of driving large trucks across state lines, following strict safety regulations, maintaining log books, performing pre-trip inspections, securing cargo, adhere to delivery schedules, and communicate with dispatchers. It sounds like a lot, but it ain't that
Right.
hard.
Right.
Because I do it every day.
Right. That's why I tell y'all, a lot of young guys, man, that to tap in with that, because I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, and it's like a 4-week course. I know it used to be like a 4-week course.
Yes.
And a 4-week course, man, at the community college or whatever, man, and you can tap in with, like I said, those type of figures that you were talking about just now. Hey, man, that's a good, that's a good feel.
Yeah, and that's just the base, because you can get your own truck
Right.
and do
Right.
run across the states or whatever. But it's
Mhm.
requirements that you got to meet, though. You got to have that
Right.
Class A for sure.
Mhm.
You got to get that medical certification, clean and
Mhm.
driver record, ability to pass that drug test,
Yeah, no doubt.
and often experience in handling various types of cargo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Also, the work schedule.
Mhm.
You work long hours on the road, often
Mhm.
overnight stays,
Mhm.
maybe flexible schedules depending on your route and company.
Right.
Like me, I'm dedicated, so it really don't kind of affect
Right.
me. The long hours over the road, I'm
Right.
in early, out early, so it doesn't affect me like that much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's
Now,
go ahead.
now was that with you? With you now, you deal with the hazmat too, right?
Well, I ain't gonna say
Okay.
every driver, but I think
Right.
90% of drivers got to have hazmat, because you haul
Okay.
stuff that is
Right.
chemical based stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah. So give you some context on why I picked this one. In 2024, in the trucking industry, it had projected a 82,000 driver shortage.
Mhm.
This shortage even got worse. It as the people get older and retire, it gets even worse. So why the shortage? And
Man.
I'm saying all of this stuff so to let people know how wide open
Right.
it is.
Right. Man, that shortage to me, man, not to cut you off, man, it's like a lot of young guys I've talked to, man, they don't want to dig in, man, on that for some reason. Like, you open the open road, you can, with your little cell phone or whatever, headphones or whatever you want to talk or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah.
just don't want to tap in on that, man, because like you said, the older drivers, a lot of those guys, I think they probably got, taken out when the COVID came through too.
Yeah.
And then plus retirement. So,
Yeah. So
yeah.
the thing is why the shortage, right? Aging
Mhm.
workforce. The average
Mhm.
of an over the road driver is 46, and the average age of a new driver is 35. People switching, careers at an older
Right.
age because you have
Right.
people leaving corporate America
Yep.
to drive trucks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Another one is job hopping. Drivers are frequently changing companies, which disqualifies them from many trucking companies. And
Mhm.
when you switch companies like that, they kind
Mhm.
of look at you like, why are you switching so much?
Right.
You get
Right.
with basically do the same stuff.
Right. We had a lot of guys too back when I was working in the manufacturing, man. It's like guys were coming out of the manufacturing field, right?
Uh-huh.
Because man, they just got tired of being, crammed up in that plant, for a certain amount of years. So they may have went on a plant for
Mhm.
like you said, early age. And
Yeah.
then that's when that 30, you said 34, 35 age group.
Yeah, when they
Like,
stop. Went
yeah,
in. Mhm.
after they work for about 15 years in the plant, man, they just kind of, just like, I want to be on the open road or something. So
Yeah, man.
I seen guys switch up like that too, you
Yeah.
know.
And the high turnover rate
Mhm.
is expensive for carriers. They
Mhm.
spend thousands of dollars on recruiting, sending people to classes, sending
Mhm.
people to all these different places. And you think about
Right.
it, most companies have to fly you out. Like I know mine
Okay.
flew me out to Tennessee, put you in a
Okay.
hotel and all this stuff. That costs money for somebody to stay for
Right.
2 weeks. They ain't even get their money back.
Oh man.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
you actually, so they actually flew you out, because I know a lot of times, like most companies, I think when I've known guys to drive over the road, like I guess it's like long distance or whatever. I
Yeah.
think those guys were flown out. Like I didn't know that y'all local like that were flown out
Yeah,
for
yeah. Well,
training.
our company did that fly you out, and
Okay.
that costs money, which causes
Mhm.
them to lose money when people come in and work.
Mhm.
Well, I don't like this. I often suggested, like, hey, why not just have them come in and do a ride along? You know how some police officers do ride alongs?
Right.
Just have
Yeah.
them do ride alongs for like a couple of days, get it cleared with
Mhm.
insurance, whatever they have to do, and
Mhm.
then hey, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you like it, you like it. You don't, you just don't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, Potential solutions. I'm all for this. Increasing pay.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Improving working conditions. Meaning,
Mhm.
by me being in this industry,
Mhm.
you can't run guys 14 days and home too, and they got a
Right.
family. It
Right.
don't it
Right.
don't work like that for the wife, and it don't work like that for the husband.
Right.
And and not to mention this is unsafe. You ever been on the highway? You see tractor trailers come past you doing 100 miles per hour almost
Yeah. Yeah.
because they got to get that load there at a certain time.
Right.
If they don't get it there, they may get written up and
Mhm.
all kind of stuff like that. This,
Now a
you
lot
know,
of those trucks, y'all, I ain't gonna put you on the spot, but
uh-huh.
a lot of y'all trucks are governed,
Yeah.
or like I know some of them. I guess that's the private drivers that got them ones that they open up.
Well, some companies do too, but ours are governed.
Mhm.
But for the
Okay.
most part, yeah, they will. Um,
Hmm.
them over the owner operators is what they call them. They the
Okay.
ones that cause most of the the speeding out there and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so then reduce wait times at a shipper facility. You can't help that. If you get there and the shipper
Right.
stuff ain't ready, you just gotta wait. And but some people be there a whole day, which is I feel what they're saying is too long, and now we're just to recap, we're basically just going through the jobs that you can get that's wide open for the people that are losing jobs or potentially want to switch jobs. These are ones that have a high shortage. You know what I mean? That's what we're talking about. Then you can lower the CDL age. I don't know if you can get any lower. If you get 18 years old, then I don't know if that's going.
So 18 is legal. Or is it what they got? Is it a 21?
No, it's 21. But I'm saying
It's 21.
If you lower it any lower, then you're talking about 18 years old. Well, I can kind of see that too, because you think about it.
Right.
You go in the military 18. So,
that's what I was about to say. They should lower it. I mean, like I say, you in the military 18. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, I can see that. Enhancing recruitment efforts. I don't know if they can do that anymore. I still get calls from trucking companies and text messages and emails about driving for other companies. I haven't even applied for a job in like 9 or 10 years, so I don't know how they still got my information. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But like I said, I take it with the young guys too, man. A lot of the young cats that's coming into your field like that.
Yeah.
See, some of them don't think that they got to put that, they got to put that time and grade in.
Yeah.
I don't care what job you own, right? So what I'm saying is a lot of times, now you correct me if you're wrong, because you're an expert in that field, but a lot of times the young guys, they got to take that job to go on the road. They might not want to drive for them companies that go on the road. See, they come in the trucking game and they want to drive, like you do.
Local.
Yeah, local, get up in the morning and come home by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But it don't work like that in a lot of cases.
Not all the time, man. You got to have a little bit of skin in the game. Sometimes you can get them, but the pay is going to be low, which they talk about increasing pay as one of the potential solutions or helping, get rid of the shortage. Trucking companies, most of them pay pretty good, but they can do a little better, like the time and a half instead of doing straight time, increase the mileage pay and stuff like that, man. And then they say invest in technology and automation, which I agree with that. The technology on the truck is phenomenal. Mine's anyway. I mean, you got the radar, you got you got all this stuff on it that'll let you know you turn the right signal on, somebody over here, the horn blow, or let you know it's somebody beside you, all kind of stuff that's already on the trucks.
Right.
But I guess the automation side, they're talking about, when they process their tickets, you have all these papers, you
talking about like you talking about like the packing slips and all that.
Yeah, all that.
Like
You're more automated.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah,
because
man.
we they used to pull it to the dock. So back in the day, you used to have the process on packing slips. So you saying all this pretty much going automated?
They should. That's what they're saying. It could some potential solutions to help bring down the shortage. You know what I'm saying? But I think for me, the major one is increasing the pay. People can deal with a lot more if you paying good.
Right.
But if you ain't paying good and you have some bull job, they ain't gonna roll with it. I'm just letting you know that right.
And for the young cats, they still gonna push them on the road because they like say if they're local increase their pay.
Yeah,
the old guys coming off the road, then they got the skin in the game, like you said. So they gonna come to the local side and see the young guys gonna still be left out. So that, like I say, you just got to get skin in the game,
But you know what?
In most cases.
You know what's crazy about that though?
What's that?
A lot of the old guys are kind of set in their ways when it come down to that. So they don't really it ain't a big deal to them now because they've been doing it for what, 20 years. Now they don't have to deal with nobody. There's nobody they gotta none of that.
Right.
So they just kind of like, hey, I take it.
Right.
But they don't really want it. They'll stay where they should be at. And I think we got a break coming up here in 15 now, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I'm gonna keep rolling through it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So class A,
Mm-hmm.
you get a CDL for free. How you can get
Right.
the CDL for free. I got
Yep.
my class B for free. So
Mm-hmm.
some options, some of the options of getting a class A CDL for free,
Mm-hmm.
you can go to bus companies.
Yeah.
Bus companies will bring you in, you know, and stuff like that, man. You know,
Right.
I think we hear the music. We got
Oh, yeah.
we got a few little bills we got to go pay, as they
Right.
say. You know them.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after the break, y'all.
All right. That's right.
Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
We back. Welcome
Yes,
back
sir.
to
Yes, sir.
133. Shout out there. Carpet Johnson. Let me stop. That's how you
Yeah.
did it. Before the break, man, we was talking about how to get a Class A CDL
Okay.
for free.
Mhm.
You can go to bus companies. Bus
Mhm.
companies, they'll bring you in. As long as you got a Class A permit, bring you
Mhm.
in. You had to check. I'm not saying every bus company. You just got to check around. I
Right.
know some, but you guys got to check around and see which ones
Mhm.
offer it. You get your Class A permit. They bring you in. They train you.
Mhm.
You may have to give them some type of commitment or something like that.
Right.
But that's one way to get it free.
I would tell the guys too, man. You know, especially like us, I always harp on the younger guys because you know, they the ones that's coming up.
Yeah.
But I would tell them, man, you know, even if they don't, you know, like I say, you know, even if they don't really want to drive like that,
Yeah.
I would always tell them to go ahead on at least have it in their pocket.
Yep. That's what I
Go
say
ahead
too.
on, yeah, go ahead on, get your CDLs and have them in your pocket because you know, you never know. You know what I'm saying? You always have something to fall back on.
Never know. You got to make a break for it. You might go to
Right.
work one day and you might be upset and
Mhm.
you might be like, oh, you know what? I'm done. I got a CDL. I'm out of here.
Right. You know what I'm
You know?
saying?
Yeah. So trash companies,
Mhm.
I know some in this area will in North Carolina give them to you. You know,
Right. Okay. Okay.
yeah. Trucking companies. A
Mhm.
lot of trucking companies will give you CDL for free, but I know for a fact you have to give them some type of commitment because if
Mhm.
you don't give them like a year, I think it's like a year. If you don't give them a year and you
Okay.
break the contract, then you owe them
No,
you owe them.
you talking about like the like a main trucking company.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
you
like
got
once you go through them and get it, you got to drive with them for a year.
at least a year. If not, you
Okay,
break
I
the
got you.
contract, you got to pay for the CDL. Like you got old
Okay.
Swifty Swift and all these other companies that do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, and beverage companies, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola,
Mhm.
beer companies, stuff
Mhm.
like that. I know because I got my Class B CDL through um, uh, Coca-Cola, you know, for free.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just driving with them, stuff like that. I didn't have to give them a commitment, but I did. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Another company I drove for, how I got my Class A CDL.
Mhm.
They brought me in, they trained me. I used the truck,
Mhm.
go to DMV, got it, and I was nice enough to give them a commitment, even though they didn't ask for one. I gave them 11 months.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, and
So we use
that's
it.
just
So we use with Pepsi or
uh-huh.
Coke or whatever. You know, like I said, what you was like? Was you when you start off? Would you start off like a ride along or something like you was talking about earlier?
Yeah, well, I was training
Mhm.
as a trainee, and then for
Okay.
a particular route, and then I had to have in order for me to drive on my own, I had
Mhm.
to have a CDL. So they have a guy on
Okay.
site. He's on site to train you right there on site.
Right.
You know, to
That's
give
about
you,
like
and you just go to
right.
DMV and take the paperwork.
I think that's how Budweiser. I think that's how they do too.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
all of
I
them
know.
like that.
Yeah, some guys in Budweiser do that. Yeah.
They have such a shortage that
Mhm.
they need it, man. And according to driverresourcecenter.com, grants for CDL training, the ultimate guide, is a lot of ways you can get your CDL for free, which is one of them is WIOA funding. That's the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. It is for people that got laid off
Mhm.
You know, if you're getting SNAP benefits and stuff like that, you can
Mhm.
talk to them about getting going to CDL,
Mhm.
going to, send you to school to get a CDL, and they have grants to pay for it. I
Right.
mean, like you said, these schools are very, very expensive. Like they can be $3,000-$4,000 per
Yep.
CDL.
Oh yeah.
So I was at this store one day, and it was a company that was training them. It was a truck
Mhm.
training company.
Right.
Man, I thought it was a clown truck. I thought people gonna never stop getting out. It was it was like 5,000 a pop. It's like 30 people in the back of a little sleeper. They just kept coming
Right.
out. I said, man, let me check and see if they just walking through and coming out. It was that many people in it because they're
Right.
trying to get the money. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if you can find ways to get it free, why not
Mhm.
just get it free?
And that's why I tell people, man. I know, like I said, I didn't drive trucks and nothing like that, but but that's why I tell people from the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like people, why you wouldn't try to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
riding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know you may have to, unload some merchandise or something like that, sometime from time to time or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, you riding. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I mean, maybe I'm just looking at it in a different light, but I mean, I know I know everything got headaches with it. Headaches come with everything anyway. But I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, for somebody who, like you said, that just got laid off or got fired or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You ride and you kind of like, on an open road, till you get to the next stop,
Yeah.
hey, let's turn the radio on, call a couple people, you know what I'm saying, chop it up with them a little bit, and then you get to the next stop.
And just ride. Yep.
Just right.
we probably all know, all of us veterans, so we probably know about
Mhm.
this one. The veterans
Mhm.
post 9/11 GI Bill for CDL training.
Mhm.
For military veterans, the post 9/11 GI Bill provides expanded benefits for CDL tuition and even apprenticeship. So you can go, through the VA. They can
Mhm.
give it to you, through whatever the proper channels are to go through it. You can reach
Right.
out to them, to the VA,
Mhm.
and the GI Bill, and they offer it. You
Mhm.
can go as a military apprentice program. With
Mhm.
this program, you may be eligible to earn a monthly educational benefit check along with your weekly salary from your new job. For
Mhm.
some veterans, this could be as much as $1,400 each additional each month.
Mhm.
So this benefit may be extended to your spouse or children. They need to check it out. All the veterans need to check it out.
Right.
And I'm gonna keep on going down the list. We got
Go
a
ahead.
the Veterans Rapid Retraining Assistance Program,
Uh-huh.
and I guess it's the VRAP. This program provides education and training for high demand jobs such as truck driving for veterans who were impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Mhm. Yep.
Veterans who are, you just got to call them because it may be over now. The funds were limited, so
Right.
I don't know what's going on with that. And to the
Mhm.
Native Americans out there,
Mhm.
hey, they got the tribal education scholarships. Native American students may be eligible to receive government grants through their tribal council or the Bureau of Indian Affairs. So you can
Mhm.
try to get your CDL through that, get grants. All this stuff is free. You got stuff for 4 years. 4
Mhm.
weeks. Get your CDL in 4 weeks. You
4
know,
weeks.
yeah. And what you telling them, man, like to get it, I say the same thing.
Right.
If you can just, even if you don't drive, get it, put it in
Yeah.
your pocket.
Right. And like I said, there's a lot of programs out there, man. Sometimes the people may try to hide them,
Uh-huh.
but it's some programs out there that can help you. Just got to dig for them.
You
You
got
get,
to research.
yeah, tap in with the right channels, and
Yeah.
you can find them.
You got things to consider. Some companies may require you to work for them a certain amount of time
Mhm.
to pay off your training. That's what I was talking about. If you
Mhm.
break it, if you don't complete the training
Mhm.
and stay the contract for the contract length, you may be
Mhm.
responsible for the cost of the training.
Mhm.
So before committing to a contract, consider finding a well-established CDL school to make sure that you
Right.
set yourself up right, where you don't get with a company where
Right.
they treat you like trash.
Yeah, because
And, and
I think they treat them boys like trash that first year. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? But one thing I do tell the boys, though, I tell them, I said, man, I said, one thing I can say about y'all, y'all got that piece of paper in y'all pocket.
yep,
Hey, y'all can move, y'all can maneuver how y'all want to move. You know what I'm saying? You can leave your company tomorrow and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's like always it's like a revolving door if you want to, if you want to, test the waters in other places.
yeah, man. You know, and I tell the new people, I'm gonna tell them the trick of what these companies do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they do. If you're new, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
give you the lowest rate
Oh
of
yeah.
mileage, but they're gonna run you the most miles.
Yeah.
So when you hit a certain when you hit a certain year or whatever, they're gonna increase your money, but start
Mm-hmm.
gradually bringing down your miles. It's just like this. You know what I'm saying? So after a
Right.
while, when you was running 4,000 miles and you making $1,000 a week, now you're gonna be running 2,000 miles and making $1,000 a week.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the game that they do. Like they play with the young people. They'll bring them in. That's why when they get in, they only last sometime a small time. Sometimes they don't
Mhm.
even, you can't even run a whole week. So it's kind of
Right.
like you gotta. That's what they were saying. Make sure before committing to a contract,
Mhm.
do your due diligence
Right.
on these companies.
Right.
Because I'm telling you right now, being in the industry since '97,
That's crazy, man. How you broke that down, though, dog.
I'm
Like
telling you,
when you break that down again for the people, when you
I,
how you go when the youngest, you get the lowest amount of money for the
absolutely.
most miles or something.
Okay, so for example, right, and when you
Mm-hmm.
come in, say if you're making 30 cents a mile
Mm-hmm.
as a new person, the
Mm-hmm.
upper guy, he may be making 50 or 60 cents a mile.
Uh-huh.
So the longer you drive for him, the
Mm-hmm.
more your miles come down to make your
Right.
money balance off.
Right.
See, the older guys already making, 60, 70 cents a mile. So
Right.
their miles are set at 2,500 or whatever amount it is. But
Right.
then when you have the young guys come in, they're gonna run them 4,000 miles or whatever amount of they're gonna run them raggedy,
That's
and
crazy.
then they still ain't making a lot of money, but they covering
Right.
a lot of freight.
That's crazy,
They
dog.
moving a lot of freight like that, and that's how the trucking game plays.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta, before signing that contract with these companies, make sure without
Mm-hmm.
a shadow of a doubt you do your due diligence for real. So the next one we're gonna go into, man, is
Mm-hmm.
police officers. According to
Okay.
policereports.org, with a
Mm-hmm.
national average salary,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, man, of 59K, police
Uh-huh.
they put themselves in harm's way to protect the public, arresting, people. You seen them chasing down
Oh yeah.
folks, getting shot at, and all this stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the amount of money that they get is is kind of, it's terrible. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, it is.
They put their life on the line every single night, and the retention rates are high, concern for police officers. Many leave within 5 years, and some leave within 18 months.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't do it because I mean, like when you stop these guys, man, and you got to roll up to the car, right?
Yep.
And you don't know who is in the car, how many people are in there, whatever, and they got their windows blacked out.
Yep.
You're a sitting duck, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So I give them guys the props, man. For
Yeah, man.
serving and protecting, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah. And the reason why they're saying that, they have low retention, but they're
Hmm.
recruiting, they need so many more police
Hmm.
officers because
Hmm.
workplace culture, low morale, lack of
Hmm.
support,
Hmm.
and punitive supervision models can lead to dissatisfaction.
Hmm.
You think about it, you go in, you're doing everything you can do to make the force, better, but you
Right.
always getting crapped on.
Right.
Like it's kind of like, that low morale, and you getting literally, You literally putting your life on the line every
Yep.
single night. Hey man, we heard the music. After the break,
That's
we'll
right.
be back.
That's right.
It's time for a vacation, and Fairway Travels is here to share great specials for you to choose from. Discover the charm and features of one of Sandals' 16 all-inclusive, luxury included, adults-only resorts, or a family-friendly beaches destination in the Caribbean. Or how about a couples resort in Jamaica? If cruising's your preference, get Thunderstroke aboard Carnival Cruise Lines or set sail on an award-winning Royal Caribbean ship. Join Virgin Voyages now for a wonderful adults-only sailing. It doesn't matter if you choose to travel by plane, train, automobile, cruise ship, or rowboat, we can help you reach your dream destination. Contact Fairway Travels today at 228-365-1012. That's 228-365-1012. Or email bookitnow247@gmail.com. Fairway Travels, where your journeys keep satisfying.
We back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So before we went to the break, man, we was talking about
Mhm.
the work culture in the police. You know, the reason why retention rate is down and recruiting
Right.
is, you know, is
Mhm.
they have a lot of openings, in other words.
Mhm.
So another one is public perception. Scrutiny of law enforcement practices can lead to a decline in public trust. Now, let me say this. It have been some questionable stuff, right? But
Mhm.
all of them, you can't bunch all of them.
Right.
You
And I was
you
going
just can't do that.
I was gonna touch on that too. So we right on point. I was
Yeah.
gonna touch on that too because like it would be better, like first of all, like well, a lot we should have a lot more bros in there, you know, become
Yep.
police officers.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, when the young kids see them in the neighborhood, they can respect them like we did back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, but the reason why it's so low now, like you said, the recruiting is so low now is because our bros are taught not to be a police.
Yeah, you consider as a snitch if you
Yeah,
believe.
you know what I'm saying? You're right though, and see, and that's
I'm
what I'm
here for
saying.
real.
Like, yeah, well, see, that's why I said we need more bros, you know, in the police department, the police
Yeah.
force or whatever. So when they patrolling our neighborhood outside of town,
Yeah.
when we see them, you know, we're gonna be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? They look like us. You got to call it what it is because, like I
Yeah.
said, you know, when you know the police gonna work with the people that look like each other
Yeah.
for the most
That's
part.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's true. That's
but
true.
like I said, we were taught though, you know, like not to you know, be a snitch or whatever.
Yeah, man. You know, which is kind
So,
of sad. I'm be honest.
mhm.
If I won't scared to get shot at, it'll be
Right.
it'll be a
Yeah.
nice little gig. You think about it.
Yeah.
They got the car, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
get to drive a home pin on where you at, you know,
Yeah.
you got the respect, you
Mhm.
know, but I kind of also kind of look at it like this too, you know, like
Mhm.
the respect that people
Mhm.
have for police
Right.
is, you know, they'll fly past the police doing 80 miles per hour. But you
Right.
know what the issue is though? They don't stop them. And so once you
Right.
let one get away with it,
Mhm.
all the rest of them feel like they can do it. And before you know it, you done lost the power that you
Right.
had. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And once you lose that,
Mhm.
you can forget it. They're gonna do
Right.
whatever they want.
Mhm.
I don't care how much you cut the lights on, it don't matter. You can be stopping
Mhm.
somebody, another one come past you 100 miles per hour.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Right.
just saying, you know, it's also we were just talking about this stress. High stress nature of policing can lead to mental health issues. Just like you said. Now, picture this.
Go
You
ahead.
sitting, you got a car sitting in the middle of a parking lot. You alluded to this earlier. It's sitting in the
Yeah.
middle of a parking lot. It's
Mhm.
got pitch black windows. It's just sitting there.
Right.
You got to really psych yourself up to get out the car,
Yep.
to go knock on the door, to
Mhm.
you know what I mean, to do that. So I ain't doing what I'm called a SWAT. Hey, bro, we gotta can y'all bring
Hey,
that little thing down here, bro? Because I ain't going, I don't know if I can do it. I'm be honest.
but But like you were saying, the flip side too, though, like you were saying with the low morale. Okay,
Yeah.
say like if my man he got the red, he got the black sedan out there, right?
Yep.
It's blacked out, and he
Yep.
called for SWAT, and SWAT gonna be the boys on SWAT gonna be dragging him like, yo man, you scared? You a coward? I mean, you know what
Yep.
I'm saying? You calling us down here for that?
Yep.
Like, but hey, it is what it is. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna roll up on it. Cause I always told people if I was a cop, I know I'd get fired.
Yeah, I won't write no
So,
ticket. I'd be
yeah,
like,
but no, because if I'm getting out the car, when I get out the car, I'm already have mine drawn. Like,
yeah, you can't do that.
you know
Dog.
what I'm saying? Hey, hey, I ain't gonna, hey man, hey, you like I said, you're a sitting duck, man.
You are, man. And shout out to the guys that's out here
Right.
doing this, bro. That's a for real job, dog.
Right.
No
Because
joke.
like I said, when you roll the window down and ask for your driver license and registration, the passenger side over there, my man over there can just blow you away.
Yeah, man.
You know
And
what I'm
you see,
saying?
it's thank God they go through the proper training. You
Right.
just can't you can't just, guess your way
Mhm.
through the academy. You got to
No.
have some type of form of training for them to,
Mhm.
to qualify you to be able to carry the gun, to be able to protect yourself while you're out there, not to mention protect
Mhm.
your other, fellow officers, you know what I'm saying, that's with you. So, and
Right.
then, since they are short, I attribute it's not saying it, but I'm just saying, since they are
Mhm.
short staffed,
Mhm.
work-life balance, long hours, including night shifts and weekends, can
Mhm.
strain personal relationships.
Yep. Yep.
I thought we supposed to been going out of town this weekend. Well, we short,
Nah.
so I got to kind of, we can't go this weekend because I got to, you know what I mean, got to work. What you mean you got to work?
Yep.
I thought you had it all. Well, they called me in.
Yep. And then, like you said, don't have like some kind of a sporting event
Yeah,
or like a parade or something like that. That's all hands on deck right there.
yeah,
Even if it was your day off, we calling everybody in.
yeah,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? So
Everybody, you have a big,
yeah.
like you said, you have a, like
Mhm.
a crazy shooting. You got to get
Yep.
up and go right then.
Yep. Like what they had in what is it in New Orleans?
Yeah, you got to
It, it
show
mu-
up.
yeah, multiple places stuff has happened before too, but just recently off the top of my head, when that happened on Bourbon Street,
Yeah,
and then during that time, I think they had like the Sugar Bowl coming up or something like that. And I
yeah,
think the Super
yeah,
Bowl was coming up,
yeah.
down in New Orleans. So hey, that's all hands on deck. We don't care nothing about no vacation.
Now you got to
You
have
know,
you hear that,
yeah,
and
everybody
that
here.
right there is what kind of
Yep,
fuels that. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Lack of career advancement, lack of clear pathways for promotion can lead
Mm-hmm,
to officers feeling stagnant. They don't want
mm-hmm.
to be on patrol no more. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? Then they got
Right,
shot at, and they didn't, they tired of writing
right,
tickets to go to court for people to beat it. So they
right.
just they get a lawyer
Yeah,
and get it reduced. So they
yeah,
tired
pretty
of
much.
doing it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what happens.
So they tired of that. Like, look, man, every time I write a ticket, they beat it. So how I'm gonna get my quota if every time I go there they beat it? You know what I
That
mean?
could be
So
that could be a morale dropper,
yeah,
like you
frustrating.
said. Yeah, because I keep writing tickets and they keep getting reduced. Hey, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like I ain't doing nothing. I'm fighting a losing battle.
yeah. You fight with one
You know
hand
what I'm
behind
saying?
your back, dog. Like you can't
Right,
win.
right,
You cannot win with that
s-
formula. I'm gonna tell
right.
you that.
So that go back to what you said earlier. So when I see the guys flying by, I ain't gonna chase them.
Right. Why?
I'm gonna hey, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm doing some paperwork.
I'm gonna tell y'all now. Now, don't listen to us. Yeah, we all want to date. If you don't, do not listen to us. I'm speaking from me. He's speaking for him. But I'm
Right,
just saying, if you want to
right.
go, hey, do it. The conversation may be many
Mm-hmm,
departments struggle to offer competitive salaries and benefits. Which
mm-hmm,
they do for what their job entails. It is kind
mm-hmm,
of low. You're talking about 40
mm-hmm.
something thousand starting. And
Right.
then you can go in the truck and just drive across country and hold a wheel and make
Yeah.
66 starting. So
See what I'm saying?
what's the chances of them swaying that way unless you have a history of, say, great granddaddy did it, granddaddy did it, daddy
Mm-hmm.
did it. Now you gonna want to do it. I understand that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people have that,
Mhm.
Let's see, effects of high turnover disrupts community policing initiatives, leads to loss of institutional knowledge, and drives up training costs. This right here,
Mhm.
that part right there, is the
Mhm.
reason why the shortage is that's why they need more people, because if you don't have enough people to police effectively,
Mhm.
what
Right.
you think you're gonna have? Robberies go up, all the other kind of
Yep.
stuff go up. And I look at it like this too. Some people always try to make this a Democrat or Republican thing. It ain't that.
Right.
It's a U.S. thing. Is
Right.
a world, is a national thing where people in every district, every state, they're
Mhm.
short. You know what I
Right.
mean? And they just need. I don't. I don't have an answer for it.
Right.
I'm just gonna be. I just don't have one. I don't know how to fix it other than
And I
because you can't fix crazy.
mhm. And that's why I go back to what I said earlier, man, about we get bros in the neighborhood
Yeah.
to do a little bit of policing, because the
Uh-huh.
reason why I say that is because what the first thing like they used to do was back in the day.
Mhm.
Hey, you don't supposed to be out here this time of the night or whatever. You want
Yeah.
me to call your mom, I'm gonna call your grandma or your daddy or whatever. You know what I'm
Somebody.
saying? You got somebody to keep you in check.
Yeah.
That's on out, that's in our community that know us. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
back in the day, like we had cops that knew family.
Yeah.
We don't have that now.
You
You know what I'm
definitely don't
saying?
have it now because the communities are so broken up that
Right.
you can't really you can't do it. You think about it, you have
Hmm.
somebody come in, stay in for 2 months, they
Yep.
gone. Then another one come
Yep.
in, same house, they for 6 months, they gone. So
Yep.
you kind of the community neighborhood thing, basically, unless it's an old neighborhood, it's
Hmm.
gone. I
Right.
mean, like you said, it ain't there, and so it's gonna be hard for them
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
actually police effectively. So
Right.
not to mention you short. You basically short. You working extended hours, but hey,
Yep.
we heard the music. Shout out to all the police officers out there, man, that's doing
Yeah.
that
No
thing.
doubt.
Shout out to y'all. Hey, much love. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Just me. I'm a
Yeah. I
truck
couldn't do it
driver,
either.
and so I'm just. Shout out to y'all, man.
Right.
We'll be back after the break.
Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
We back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that last artist, I didn't get the name, but
Hmm.
you can feel it when he was saying it. They have him put the uniform on, that he can't get it off.
Right.
Russell.
Yeah.
Mitch Russell.
Yeah. Shout out to Mitch Russell.
Hmm.
That was a actually pretty powerful song if you listen at it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh
Words,
yeah.
it's a really powerful song. So we're going to registered nurses, man. This is the next one. Registered
Okay.
nurses. The U.S. is currently experiencing a significant nursing shortage, which is
Hmm.
expected to persist. Now, these numbers I'm giving is in
Hmm.
2024, which is
Hmm.
maybe worse than in 2025. I'm not sure,
Right.
but I'm
Okay.
giving 2024. Causes of shortage is aging workforce. Many nurses are retiring, while fewer new grads are entering the field. So
Hmm.
the younger people, if they're like me and they're squeamish, I don't need to see nobody
Right.
getting them drilled
No.
in their leg and all that stuff. I can get it. I understand why he's
It
staying away
take us.
from
It
it.
take. It takes a special person.
It does. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, got a lot to deal with as a nurse to clean up. People come in. You see them a certain way, and you got to
Hmm.
maintain your composure to
Hmm.
still take care of them. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Increased demand for healthcare. The growing population and the prevalence of chronic diseases are driving up the demand for nursing services. We talked about this. I don't know if it was could have been last week or one time
Hmm.
before. Take care of yourself. It'll
Right.
help everybody else out. The more you out of the doctor's
Hmm.
office or the hospital, the
Yep.
more the people that need to be in there can get in there that really need to be in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Go
Now,
ahead. No, go ahead.
now, what I'm going to ask you with that now, with that nursing,
Mm-hmm.
we can help the people out now. Whoever, somebody maybe in the chat, pop up in the chat that can help us out or whatever. But with that nursing, um, for to help some of those people or the young, especially I'm gonna just say the young ladies, even though
Mm-hmm.
guys can be nurses too, right?
Yeah,
The
for
young
sure.
ladies who feel like they may not have a shot at being a nurse
Uh-huh.
because they may not make it to a prime time college. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? They can just tap in at the local
Community
community
college.
college.
Yeah, a nurse is a
And
nurse.
yeah, and the community college, they can give you the same thing, the same, criteria, they got the same stuff going on. So you can go down there and tap in with the community college and you can still become a nurse, you know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
for the people who feel like they may not be able to, because they probably some may be thinking that, I got to get to the prime time college, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to make it,
It
so
ain't about that. It
right,
really ain't about that.
right.
Another reason why they have a big shortage, burnout
Mhm,
and stress. The pandemic and other factors have led to high
mhm,
levels of burnout and stress among nurses, causing
mhm.
them to leave the profession. If you've
Yep.
seen so many people die and
Mhm.
so many people come in sick, after a while, as a human, it's gonna affect you some
Right,
type of a way. You can try to
right,
be numb to it, but after a while, it's going to affect you some type of a way, man.
right, right.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you good. Go ahead. You can go to the next
Lack of
topic.
lack of educational capacity. Nursing schools do not have enough facilities and clinic sites to
Mhm.
train all qualified applicants. Without that right there, I don't think that's
What's that?
another issue.
What's that?
The lack of educational capacity.
Uh-huh.
Nursing schools do not have enough facilities and clinical sites to train all qualified applicants.
Mhm.
Man, that you can't put that on. That's the facilities that they need to build more of. Now
Mhm.
that could be the underlying issue of reason why they do have shortages. They can't train them.
Right.
They can't
Right.
accept them into the facilities. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So projected shortage, man, according to the American Nurse Association, the ANA, the United States is projected to have a shortage of 193,000 registered RNs, registered nurses, by
Mhm.
2024. This shortage is expected to be the most severe in the specialty areas such as critical care, and hold on, bro. I got that poor do it again, Doc. Calm down.
Go ahead.
Such
You
as
good.
critical care and oncology. What the heck, bro? I couldn't
Let him
get that
let
was
him yeah, let him use you. Let him use you. It's all right.
I couldn't get it out, man. I was like, my tongue got tied into a knot, bro. What the heck? Uh, the impact of the shortages, solutions to the shortages, enough
Mhm.
people to enter nursing schools,
Mhm.
provide support for nurses to prevent burnout. I don't know how they
Mhm.
do that if you continuously
Right.
short in
But
facilities. You know what I mean?
let me ask you this. I don't know if you got them on your notes, but is
Uh-huh.
the acceptance rate that's kind of sticky, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times they talk like sometimes it's kind of hard to get accepted in the nursing programs and stuff like that. I guess it depends on the school or whatever. You know
Probably.
what I'm saying? So maybe that's like part of what you're talking about too.
Well, what basically right here they're saying is the lack of educational capacity
Mm-hmm.
to train all qualified applicants. So they got
Mm-hmm.
the qualified people, they just don't have
Mm-hmm.
the place for them to train them.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And that could be one of the things too that one of
Right.
the issues too. Increased funding for nursing and educational clinical sites. Again,
Mm-hmm.
just don't have enough facilities.
Right.
I might need to buy me a nursing school, dog. Expand the use of telehealth and other innovative care models. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
like how you can call in
Uh-huh.
and you can. I think mine's is Teledoc. You can call in, go in, put your little information in there, call you on the video, and let you know, hey,
Mm-hmm.
based on what you sent, this what may be going on.
Okay.
I mean, you can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Attract international nurses. Well, if you attract international nurses, when you had to retrain them, or no?
I mean,
I'm just asking. Wouldn't it be
good question? That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the conclusion: nursing shortage in 2024 is a complex and ongoing issue. While there are measures being taken to address the shortage, it is expected to persist for the foreseeable future. It is critical to find innovative and solutions to ensure that healthcare needs and the population are met. And this is the crazy part about it. According to current data, the average salary in 2025 is $94,480 per year, with an average hourly rate of $45.42.
That's some good paper there.
That's you know what I'm saying. And let's see here. I'm gonna get to your try to get to your thing real quick, man. Teachers make on average of $44,530 per year. For what they do and what they deal with. Do you married to a teacher?
Man,
is it worth it?
Hey, this could be a whole show right here. But I mean, you know, I would say it ain't worth it, but I know how my wife is. You know, she's dedicated to the kids. You know, she said that's her calling, so I ain't gonna damper on her. You know, she said it's her calling, but like you said though, for what they have to put up with, they should be up a little bit higher as far as pay scale.
Yeah, I agree. I
agree. Then on top of that, they got to deal with the parents too.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
you.
So,
I got you. And then, you know, for that starting out with that little bit of money, they had to do lesson plans. They have to access students, you know, they provide feedback, create a positive environment, even though you may came from a toxic environment. You got to collaborate, you stay current, communicate with the parents, even though they may be some mean folk.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Also, you got to encourage participation in class for the quiet ones that
you know, like you said, the parents, you know, like I said, they won't come out when it's time for grade level to check on the kids' grades.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But if they got some kind of birthday party or some kind of fall festival, they coming for the show.
Yeah.
But they can't come out for to check the grades and stuff like that. So, and then when you get close to the end of the year, now they scared the kid gonna get held back. But we've been trying to get in touch with you all year.
Hey man, and that's
You know
where you got to be patient,
right?
Because every parent ain't like, you know what I'm saying. Every parent ain't like
got it too. Yeah, she got it. She got it.
Yeah, she got it, man. And then other qualities, exit communication skills, creative and energetic, positive about student development, flexible and collaborative, strong morals and discipline, good knowledge of CPR just in case somebody fall out or something, dog. But we made it to the end of the show again. We want to thank everybody for tuning in.
That's right.
And to next week, God bless.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.